this episode of the F1 Chat, we discuss the Spa-Francorchamps Grand Prix, Red Bull, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Alpine, and Formula One's inability to drive in the wet. All that and more on the F1 Chat. Have you seen though players in NRL and AFL now? If they score a try or whatever,
they start doing the walk. Yeah, I have seen that.
Hello there in internet land. This is episode 9 of the 2025 season of the F1 Chat. I'm your host, Phil Lamington. Returning back to his rightful throne to my left is JB. JB, how you going, my friend?
I'm good. I'm back on the throne.
And we're going to save the potatoes for later. Right, you're a very happy person today. Why are you happy today?
Well, I think there's a couple of orange cars doing very, very well in said Formula One World Championship.
I was really, really happy with how well the Ferraris did today.
Yeah, both of them, actually. Especially after a certain Mr. Lewis Hamilton qualified way down the back of the grid, and then...
It's okay, you could use the words crap. He qualified crap.
He was fucked, okay?
Well, he did it all right lap, and then they deleted it.
Yeah, he actually qualified 6th, I think.
Yeah.
And then he got done for track limits.
Hey, you know, the thing is, that was so marginal.
Oh, it was incredibly marginal.
You know, like even the commentators were like, oh... that might be a bit too harsh.
Well, they had footage. They have a CCTV camera over the top of the track that Sky Sports doesn't have access to.
Yeah, but then they've also got weather and telemetry data, and yet they made us wait an hour and a fucking half to start the race.
The best part of the race happened. You know, it could have been an instant classic.
Yeah.
But they sat there for 80 minutes and turned it into a DRS train.
Yeah. Right, well, yes, we are talking about the Belgian Grand Prix from Spa-Francorchamps.
Yes, we are.
Now, this was a sprint race weekend.
It was.
In possibly the most boring sprint race since the very first one. So to give us our sprint race report, it is our intrepid field correspondent, JB. JB, take it away.
Yeah. The sprint race here at the 2025 Moët and Chandon Belgian Grand Prix. And yes, if you wanted a curtain raiser for what was to come the following day, this was it. Lap 1, Oscar Piastri starts on pole position alongside Max Verstappen. Max gets a great slipstream down the Camel Straight and passes Oscar down into the chicane to take the lead of the race. Charles Leclerc sneaks past Lando Norris as well. Lap 4, Lando Norris passes Charles Leclerc for third place with the aid of DRS. And lap 15, Max Verstappen just manages to hold off Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris to win the F1 sprint race. That was it. That was your sprint race from start to finish.
That was riveting stuff here on the F1 Chat.
That was like a 0-0 draw at Aston Villa. On a cold Tuesday night, no one wants to be there.
No, you know what that was? That was like you watch your NRL game or your AFL game and your team gets beaten and then that Telstra ad comes on.
That was your team's down by 40 points and Telstra guy walks out whistling all happy.
Yeah. Whistling Islands in the stream and you just sit there going,
I want to bash him. My team's getting pumped, stop being happy.
Have you seen though players in NRL and AFL now, if they score a try or whatever,
they start doing the walk. Yeah, I have seen that.
You know who wasn't doing that walk though? The Australian Wallabies.
Oh my God's sake.
But so Max Verstappen won the sprint race in front of Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. In 4th place was Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. 5th place was Esteban Ocon in the Haas. In the Haas?
Yes.
6th place was Carlos Sainz in the Williams. The Williams? 7th place was Ollie Behrman in the other Haas. And 8th place was Isaac Hadjar in the Racing Bulls.
Correct.
Well, the lineup was a bit different.
Two horses out there. It definitely didn't reflect their Sunday, but...
And they're still running the old Ferrari suspension.
Yeah.
Because Ferrari got the update with the new suspension.
They did.
And the new floor. Still.
Not within earshot of McLaren, but
True.
It's a step in the right direction.
But, so we're going to move on now to the actual F1 race report.
Yes, the proper Grand Prix.
The proper Grand Prix.
2025 Moët Chandon Belgian Grand Prix. In Belgium at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps.
In Belgium.
Lap 1, Lando Norris starts on pole position alongside McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri.
And that was the race report.
That was it? No, unlike 2021, we actually did get a race. After an 80-minute rain delay and 4 laps behind the safety car, we finally went racing when, all the good shit had stopped and we could just have a DRS train. Lap 5, Oscar Piastri gets a great run through Eau Rouge and slipstreams his way into the lead of the Grand Prix past Lando Norris on the Camel Straight. Lap 6, George Russell passes Alex Albon for 5th. Lap 8, Lewis Hamilton passes Carlos Sainz and Franco Colapinto in the space of 1 lap to climb to 15th place. Lap 11, Lewis Hamilton braves it and puts medium tyres on as the track begins to dry, a move that would ultimately see him jump like 10 spots. So, kudos to Ferrari strategy team, you got one right.
Yay!
Lap 12, Oscar Piastri pits for mediums from the lead of the race. Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen stop 2. Lap 13, Lando Norris pits for hard tyres in an attempt to go to the end of the Grand Prix on 1 stop. He has a slow stop but still rejoins behind his teammate. Lap 26, Lando has a scary slide through Pouon that loses him around a second. Lap 34, Lando has a lock up into turn 1 as he continues to try to close the gap on his teammate, racing on the harder compound. Lap 43, Lando Norris locks up again into turn 1 as he tries in vain to get within a couple of seconds of his teammate, but he locks up and loses any chance of getting the job done. And lap 44, Oscar Piastri wins the Belgian Grand Prix ahead of McLaren teammate Lando Norris and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc after an uneventful day.
In 4th place was Max Verstappen in the Red Bull. 5th place was George Russell in the Mercedes. 6th place was Alex Albon in the Williams. 7th place was Lewis Hamilton for Ferrari, who was also voted Driver of the Day. 8th place was Liam Lawson in the Racing Bull. 9th place was Gabriel Bortoleto in the Kick Sauber. And in 10th place was Pierre Gasly for Alpine. So, before we get into talking about Oscar Piastri, let us address thy elephant in thy room. The 80-minute wait for the race to start, because visibility was a bit shit. How do you put this? Because Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton have both said the race should have started a lot earlier.
The race should have started at least 30 minutes before they did, if not longer. I think we said it before. It's like, what? Pirelli have gone out and significantly tested, as of last year, a new full wet compound of tyre
and
that has been used precisely 0 fucking times this year.
Yeah. What's the point?
What is the point of having a wet tyre if you don't go racing in the wet?
And like they sitting there saying, all the water that comes off the intermediate tyres. Well, cool. Don't use the intermediate tyres. Put the wets on.
They'll clear it faster.
Yeah. It's absolute joke.
They are the best drivers in the world. They grew up driving in these conditions.
Yeah.
Their karting careers, their Formula Ford careers, F3, F2. They've driven in the rain before. Stop babying them.
I think, oh God, I'm going to say...
If they had gone out and there'd been a crash, then you can red flag the race. Because then you've got a reason to. But sitting around just pussyfooting...
Yeah.
Because you think it's dangerous...
Yeah,
without even putting your toes in the water...
You know, I mean, like, send the safety car out for a couple of laps and let him assess how bad it is.
Yeah.
He's done it before. Like, if there's one driver who knows, pardon me, how bad it can get,
Bert
It's
Mylander
Bert
is your
Mylander.
man.
you know,
He will tell you.
yeah. But instead, you've got guys like Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton saying, hey, wet racing is part of racing. Let's
Yes.
get on with it.
Wet
And then-
racing is part of racing.
And then you got George Russell. My God, is George Russell starting to really piss me off.
Being a prissy bitch like usual.
Oh, no, my hair might get wet. Like, oh, God, just drive the car or piss off.
If it's too much for you, don't drive Formula 1.
Yeah, go and, I don't know, MotoGP or something where... you know,
MotoGP is equally dangerous. MotoGP is more dangerous. MotoGP would have raced in it. They were
yeah,
like, fuck it, they've only got 2 wheels.
well, here we go. And a lot of people were complaining, like, oh, well, you know, it'd be like them doing the Indianapolis 500 in the wet. I'd like to see them do the Indianapolis 500 in the wet.
Yeah, look, oval tracks I can understand.
No, but I mean, it's part of the thing, though. No, if you're getting paid millions of dollars to drive a car, you drive the car.
Yeah, but Indy cars are a little bit faster. I don't need them doing 400 kilometres an hour and then aquaplaning on a banked corner and then wondering why Pato O'Ward is dead.
Yeah, but they've got the thing like the Halo. As soon as you said that, you're like, oh, I've just left the goal box wide open. Wide open here. And they've got the flexi panel in front of it
They
as
do
well.
have plexiglass.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
bulletproof one like Goldberg kicked through, but like actual plexiglass.
It's the glass
He
of the
can't
limo he punched through.
He can't spear Jericho through those threads, apparently. It's Goldberg rated. Unless it's a limo window.
Limo window. Oh, dearie me.
Yeah, look. You got...
Look, I understand at start when
Spa is probably one of those tracks where you want to be a little bit more cautious than usual, but still.
well, my way of thinking was, yeah, it probably was a bit too wet at the very start when it was supposed to start.
Why did you
half-
then not cycle them around on full wet tyres behind the safety car?
Yeah.
To start clearing water from that point.
But I mean, if they'd started it half an hour after, right, or half an hour before it was supposed to, because by the time they went out,
And
it
you
was-
know who's really fucked over by it? Max Verstappen.
yeah,
He came out after the race and he said, we had a wet setup on that car because it was going to rain at race start, and it did. And then they waited so long that the track dried out that our wet setup was too over the top and we couldn't make any ground.
yeah,
They got fucked by the FIA pussyfooting around.
yeah,
I feel sorry for him because he came prepared.
yeah. He came
Like,
to race.
When that fucking clock hit 2 o'clock and the lights were supposed to go out, it was going to be pissing rain, and we knew that, and we set our car up for that.
yeah,
And you waited 80 minutes until it was dry enough for slicks to go on and DRS to be enabled to where our car setup was obsolete.
because what lap did Lewis Hamilton pit again? He pitted
Lewis
on-
came in on lap 11.
Yep,
DRS was enabled, I think, that lap.
yep.
And then, so that was it. They had 11 laps of wet racing.
Well, there wasn't even that. They had 4 laps behind the safety car,
Yeah, well, they had, 5 laps?
6 laps before the track had dried out enough where they could slap on some slicks and go proper racing.
Yeah.
So,
By which point, everyone who cranked more aero on and softened the suspension and lowered the air pressure settings in their tyres, specifically for a wet race, were fucked.
yeah,
Because now it's a dry race.
yeah.
You might as well have just left your qualifying setup on. Or your sprint race qualifying setup on.
I have this
The FIA fucked over at least half the grid.
I have the sneaking suspicion that if, say, the previous race stewards, what was his name? The Aussie guy.
Michael Massey.
Michael Massey or his predecessor who passed away,
Charlie Whiting.
Charlie Whiting. If they were in charge,
How about this problem with Charlie Whiting?
wouldn't have had this problem with Charlie Whiting, and I don't think we would have had this problem with Michael Massey.
No.
This is too far. This it's ironic that this Friday is the 1st of August that I say this line. 20% risk. This was not 20% risk. This was 2% risk.
Yeah.
These guys are getting paid millions of dollars to drive the damn car as fast as possible.
in any weather condition.
Yeah. You know,
You're taking away. We love a good Grand Prix, but man, we love a good wet race more.
Well, here's some races that I think where it was wetter and they still went ahead. Okay? Spa, 1998. Obviously, that is the iconic one.
Absolutely.
I think that was Donington, with Senna's Lap of the Gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spa, 2000.
Yeah, it was wet.
Germany, 2019.
Germany 2019, they let them race, and that was one of the best races ever.
Japan, 2023.
Yep.
That was
torrential, and they let them go.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the year that Gilles Bianchi had his accident.
Yeah, 2014.
Malaysia, 2009. They had to end the race because it was just
bucketing
down. But they even started the race.
I would have rather them start the race and then stop the race than not start the race at all.
I mean, I can understand in 2021
when Lando had that crash of qualifying.
Yeah, but the race was only done under like 10 laps behind the safety car because even Eau Rouge was flooding.
But they had rivers coming down Eau Rouge.
Yeah,
it was not that wet here.
But that was understandable that year.
Yeah, that was torrential rain and aquaplaning.
Or Hungary that year.
Yeah.
When Stroll took out half the field in the first corner.
Yeah.
And that was Ocon's first win.
Yes.
And then this pussy whip shit.
How good would it have been with Max's setup to see him cut through the field, lead the field, and then the sun comes out and it dries up and everyone goes slicks, and then suddenly McLaren's have the pace again, and it's Max with his wet setup versus McLaren with their dry setup, and it's a race to the end. Yeah. It's like, who got it right? You would have had half the lap in the wet, where Max would have built a lead, and then half the lap in the dry, with the McLarens hunting him down.
Yeah.
It would have been actually exciting.
Or the two Brazilian races, 2023, where Max drove through the field.
Yep.
That was bucketing down.
Yep. It was Max at his best. Or 2019? 2016? What was it? The year where Max I think it must have been 2016, his first year in the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Where he was just carving through the field and just overtaking people. It was like, holy shit, this Max kid can drive.
Or the year they stopped the race because there was that massive crash on start-finish line. I think it was 2009. No.
Was that Silverstone?
No, Brazil.
Was that Alonso's crash? Alonso and Weber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was wetter than this.
Yeah. Like, we could have had an instant classic. Instead, we just... By lap... Well, I was watching it today, and it was like lap 23, and my dad walked in. He came down from Hurley Beach, and he walked in, and he's looking at, like, the leaderboard, and he's like, that's exactly how this race finishes, and walked out. And that's exactly how the race finished.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone in the top 10 changed position for 20 laps.
Yeah.
On the most iconic track of the calendar.
Yeah. And I mean, it's one of the most fun tracks on the calendar. It's one of the fastest tracks on the calendar. We ended up with a DRS train, even without DRS.
Yeah.
But
we could have had an instant classic if the first 20 laps was in the wet.
Well, there is another way we could have made this an instant classic. And I alluded to this before we went on the air. You know what would make this an instant classic? Is if we brought refueling back at fucking pit stops.
Don't get me started.
You go watch.
I'm sitting there, I literally watched IndyCar today, and they're refueling, no problems.
Yeah.
If IndyCar can do it, if Bush League V8 supercars can do it, NASCAR can do it. Le Mans can do it. World Endurance can do it. Every motorsport on the planet does refueling except Formula One.
Yeah.
And MotoGP.
Well, I mean, the one guy who kept blocking it got fired from his job a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, Christian.
Old Christian, because he kept saying, "Oh, it's too expensive to do refueling."
Well, if you want to advertise your biofuel,
Yeah.
refuel your cars mid-race. Let them pick what you bring back the 2005 rules.
You know what's got me really scared though is next year they've got these new cars
with the double DRS thing.
Yeah, where you can trigger DRS wherever you want. You know what's going to happen, eh?
It's going to be a DRS train everywhere.
Not just that. Some idiot is going to trigger their DRS going through Eau Rouge and Radion.
And not turn it off.
And they're going to go into the wall.
They're going to do what Jack doing and just not turn the DRS off.
Or Antoine Hubert.
Oh, fuck, please don't.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've got these rules because the new power units need to charge the battery. Oh God.
Right.
So there is a listener to the show named Peggy, and she asked me to send her some clips sort of comparing current Spa to old Spa, because they kept bringing up the bus stop chicane, even though it's not a bus stop chicane anymore, and showed her a lap of Michael Schumacher from 2001 going through the bus stop chicane and on the old layout and everything. And I sent those clips off to her, and I was watching this clip of like Schumacher on Spa in a Ferrari with the V10s, just cutting through people, getting business done, delivering the goods. And you're sitting there watching it going, they didn't have DRS. They didn't have battery packs or anything like that. They had a V10 engine. They had guts. They had groove tires.
Yeah, the aerodynamics were good, but you could still follow the car in front.
Yeah.
And the car was what, 1.5 meters wide?
Yeah.
Not 2?
Yeah, because it didn't have all this electronic garbage in it.
And they're shorter? and they're smaller?
And the fuel tanks were smaller, which means they had less fuel, which meant that fuel became a strategy option. It wasn't just
fucking tires. Yep.
That is what's wrong with F1. And I really am getting sick and tired of, even though he's not in the sport anymore, but Christian Horner saying, "Oh, refueling's too expensive to do, blah, 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 blah."
It's not.
So it's not fucking safe. Fuck off.
You've got 100 kilos of fuel in the car already. You have to refuel it at some point.
Yeah.
Just put it into 2 parts.
I mean, they're talking about new engine rigs or whatever. Go back to V8s.
They are looking at going back to V8s, is the rumour.
Right, with biofuel. And use the KERS, the battery system, the way it used to be used, where it was for overtaking.
It was a push-to-pass thing.
Yeah.
Or make it like push-to-pass. Just give them a limited amount.
Or, let them charge it up.
Yeah.
Like they used to.
Yep.
Then you wouldn't get DRS trains and all the bullshit we've got now.
Yeah, let them actually set up an overtake.
If it wasn't for having a good season once in a blue moon and Drive to Survive, you could easily say that F1 has become quite watered down. And this race sort of proved it. That it's been watered down because you got wimpy drivers like George Russell. I don't want to drive in the wet.
Yeah.
Fuck off then.
Yeah. Yeah, because all it gave was just the status quo.
Yeah.
The McLaren's up front, Ferrari and Max and Charles chasing them.
And the only change...
And the fact that, Dad pointed out that this is exactly how they finish, and this was lap 25 or 44.
Yeah. The only good thing that really happened was Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton was cutting through the field.
Yeah.
Cutting sick, driver of the day.
But then he got stuck behind Alex Albon.
Yeah.
For 20 laps. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
And they said Lewis Hamilton had to lift and coast because the barge board underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were running too much downforce. Because they were supposed to be running in the rain.
Yeah.
And they weren't because it was dry. Because we waited.
Yeah.
They've robbed us of a classic.
Yeah. They
They've
did.
absolutely robbed us of a classic.
I hope Hungary pisses down rain and they go out in the rain.
I hope it's mid-race,
Yeah.
so they can't pussyfoot around it. They have to drive in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have robbed us of a classic, because
Yeah.
there was at least half this field with wet setups that got dudded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, we're going to talk about Oscar Piastri. Now, we've had a bit of a rant.
Yeah, well, thank you, FIA.
Oscar Piastri drove a really good race.
Had a really good weekend.
Yeah,
He broke the track record at sprint qualifying, got overtaken by Max down the Camel Straight, but he finished second in the sprint though, so that was all right. And then got his revenge the next day on his teammate Lando by overtaking Lando down the Camel Straight, and that was that. Drove a great race, had an 8-second lead by the time Lando started trying to put pressure on him, and flawless weekend.
Yeah, because...
if he had held Max off in the end of Camel Straight, he probably would have won the sprint. And it would have been almost a flawless weekend.
Because that last 10 laps of the race, all we heard about on commentary was Lando Norris is catching Piastri, and you're like...
He was.
He was, but it wasn't as big as what they were making it out to be.
I'm pretty sure Piastri had speed in reserve.
Yeah, he saved his tyres.
I'm pretty sure if Lando got within fucking QE of him,
He would have just...
Oscar would have just been like, I've been saving my tyres for 20 laps.
Yeah.
See you, pal.
Yeah. Hit the NOS button.
Yeah.
See ya. Oh no, we did it. We did another Fast and Furious reference.
It's been too long.
No.
It's been too long. No, Monica.
No. Actually, we should have brought that up when you mentioned that Max Verstappen passed Oscar on the Camel Straight.
No,
Monica, no.
I'm pretty sure that's what Lando did when Oscar passed him back. Extending his championship lead nicely.
All right. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. So we're going to get to the key drivers. Jesus Christ. I think I need new lungs. Right. Key drivers. First, look, I'm going to be honest. I have a list of the key drivers. I think I'm going to nix half of them right now.
Okay.
So, Lando Norris,
Yep.
key driver,
Pole position.
finished second.
Got swooped on, but did all he could. You know, gutsy call to go on the hards when everyone else was on the mediums.
Particularly seeing the hards with a C1.
Yeah, they were
Not
the
the
hardest
C2.
compound in the range.
Yeah, they skipped a compound.
It was a good call. I actually agree with the call. But it just, he made a couple little boo-boos and wasn't able to close the gap. And he had a slow pit stop, so
Yeah.
it was stacked against him.
Look, I did have Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and George Russell on here, but I don't think they really did anything awe-inspiring.
I think Charles,
Charles, because he made it on the podium.
because he was there. Max dragged the car home despite it having a wet setup in dry conditions, which he has absolutely every right to be aggrieved about. George,
He was there.
Thanks for bitching and getting the race delayed. You fucking idiot.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for
fucking-
playing.
Thanks for ruining it, you fucking private school little fag.
No, at the end of the atmosphere board game, the gatekeeper goes, "Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
It's been good. It's been real, but it wasn't real good." My next one, though, Alex Albon.
Did have a good weekend.
He did have a good weekend in that Williams.
Yes, he did. And Lewis Hamilton had a good weekend too.
Well, he was the next driver. Lewis Hamilton, easily deserved driver of the day.
Yeah,
You know,
he was the driver of the day.
I know I give him crap, but, going from 18th or pit lane 18th to 7th in that Ferrari,
It's a hell of a drive.
hell of a drive.
And you were the only entertainment for most of that race.
Next one was Liam Lawson. He made it in the points.
Well, I guess that's an achievement for him.
Same with Bortoletto.
Yeah.
Made it in the points.
A little bit depressed with Nico Hulkenberg's performance this weekend, actually.
Yeah. And my last key driver was Pierre Gasly.
Yeah, he had a pretty good weekend.
You know, and when he drives at Spa, he does dedicate it to Antoine Hubert. So, you know,
absolutely.
You know, special mention for that.
Yeah, always.
All right, now it's time for the helmet drivers. It's the PK kick. It's back.
Oh, here we go.
All right, first one, Lance Stroll.
Where did he even finish? I don't think there was any Aston Martins in the top 10, was there?
No. Fernando Alonso, I think, finished 16th, and I think Stroll finished 18th.
Far out. I'm guessing Newey hasn't touched that car, has he?
No.
No, I wouldn't think so.
My next one was Isaac Hadjar.
Yeah, he had a disappointing weekend.
He was, 8th on the grid, wasn't he? Or 10th
Yeah,
or
something like that. He
finished,
qualified well.
Yeah, he finished dead last.
Yeah, not a good day for him.
Another driver who extremely disappointed me all weekend was Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him this weekend. He was nowhere.
Yeah, it's just...
He was absolutely nowhere. He came out of the pits 17th, and I don't think he finished much higher than that.
No. Next one was Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, he compared to Alex, yeah.
Yeah, he just had an absolute shocker.
There were a few drivers that had a nothing weekend.
My next one is Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a shocker.
Yeah, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure that car got upgrades.
Yeah, and he qualified in the top 10, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure he was up there in the sprint race too.
And he finished 12th.
Yeah, just... Oof.
All right. My next key driver is not a driver. It's the idiot race director.
Yeah.
For, delaying it for an hour and a half.
For pussyfooting around it, taking the best part of the race away from us.
And my final helmet driver is Sky FM for their constant bashing us over the head with Lando's catching Oscar. It's only 6/10, mate. It's not the end of the world.
And the other point made this weekend, the Sky F1 feed of focusing on Lando Norris during qualifying, well, there were mid-pack cars improving on their lap times.
Yeah.
And not showing any of them.
Yeah.
It's like you only saw the two McLarens. I think you got one onboard lap with Carlos Sainz because he was the only car out there. And then after that, it was just the two McLarens, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton being shit, and no one else. So Sky F1 had a pretty dismal weekend in terms of their coverage. I know they're British biased, but it was pretty over the top, you know. No one was going to catch Oscar.
No.
Like, if you wanted an exciting finish if you wanted an exciting race, you should have started it 60 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Your chance of an exciting race went with your pussy decision to not start it when you should have.
So, as much as it's easy to say Stroll,
I don't think it's that easy to say Stroll. There were a lot of disappointing drivers this weekend.
I'm actually going to go with Kimi Antonelli.
He was probably the most surprising between Antonelli and Hadjar. Yeah, probably is Antonelli.
Yeah.
Just, there were a lot of drivers that had a bad weekend, but he was very noticeable.
Yeah.
Especially when George was finishing 5th.
Well, I mean, he started in front of Lewis Hamilton.
And finished a long way behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
In a car that technically...
should have been as good, if not better, than the Ferrari.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Not sure what happened.
Yeah. It's just... Yeah. Right. So we're going to move on to the news. Well, hasn't it been a strange couple of weeks for the Red Bull team?
You can say that again.
So, after we recorded the previous episode, which was a couple of weeks ago, the next day, news dropped that Christian Horner had been dumped from the Red Bull team. He is no longer team principal at Red Bull team. He still works for the company. He's still employed. But he is no longer involved with the Red Bull Formula One team. What a shocker.
Yeah. The guy that leads you from a startup company to 8 world championships. you know, despite the scandals and all the bullshit, you know, God, you know,
The thing,
I'm sure it's not the worst thing that's ever been done in a Formula One paddock.
oh, I mean, look, Max Mosley, when he was FIA president, had a private party in his house where he dressed up like a Nazi officer and did the Gestapo step and everything.
I'm sure it's not the worst thing that's been done in an F1 paddock.
But, you know, like Christian Horner, yeah, besides the scandal from last year, it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, it wasn't that long
File
ago.
76.
File 76.
He was actually one of the better team principals, though. Like, it was shown on Drive to Survive. Like, he did not back down from Toto Wolff.
No, he doesn't give a fuck. He's always backed himself and he's always backed his team.
He's always backed one driver.
Well, he's always backed either Sebastian Vettel or Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Sorry if you're Mark Webber or
Daniel Ricciardo.
Sorry if you're Australian, you're kind of fucked. Although I reckon if he had Oscar Piastri there, it might be a different story.
Yeah. But, like, he was a good team principal, though. Like, he felt like he was the heart of the team.
He was the heart of the team. Like,
And-
I had a lot of respect for him, despite his, you know.
But apparently the rumours were that Oliver Mintzlaff, who was the CEO of Red Bull, the company, and Helmut Marko felt that Christian Horner had too many fingers and too many pies in the team.
No.
Which, the last time we
No.
had a situation like this was when it was Schumacher, Brawn, and Todd at Ferrari, and Luca de Montezumalo felt that they had too much power in the team, so moved Jean Todt to the car division, had fucking Schumacher retire, because it was either going to be Schumacher leaves and retires, or Felipe Massa was going to lose his seat to Kimi Räikkönen, so Schumacher fell on his sword because he felt Felipe Massa deserved to still be in a top team, was a quality driver. And Ross Brawn thought it was a bunch of bullshit and went to Honda.
Yeah.
So then you get Christian Horner. Christian Horner vetoed the Porsche engine supply thing a couple of years ago in favour of getting a deal with Ford. Whether that's going to be a good deal, I don't think that'll be a good deal, but we'll see what happens. You know, but he was also instrumental in getting Honda, because Honda had those bad years with McLaren,
Oh, yeah.
and then Honda came into Red Bull and worked with Honda to get the engine up to spec, and then, you know, won a bunch of championships with it.
Yep.
You know, he's had 2 4-time world champions in Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel,
Yep.
and had a lot of great talent come through the doors. You know, had Adrian Newey. He had all the pieces in place.
Yep. He was the one that took it to, well, I guess it was initially the might of Ferrari and McLaren. And then, more recently, the might of Mercedes.
Yeah, well, I mean, in 2009, he took it to Brawn.
Yep. Took it to Braun, took it away from Braun.
Yeah,
Took it to Mercedes, took it away from Mercedes.
yeah. So, you know, he's such an influential team boss.
He is. He is. A lot of his drivers have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
And a lot in the paddock have a lot of respect for him too, so.
And
It's a mark of the man.
And the fact that he didn't want it to be announced publicly until he spoke to his team and told them in private, look, I've been let go.
Yeah.
And apparently the next day, Helmut Marko and Oliver Mintzlaff were talking to the staff and taking the piss out of him. And half the staff have said, if Christian goes to another team, we're going to jump ship.
Yep.
Because that was just pathetic display on their behalf.
I feel like it was just a desperate attempt to keep Max here. To stop the headbutting of Jos and Christian and to calm Max down.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, because during Martin Brundle's grid walk, there was a certain Jos Verstappen on the grid,
Yes.
and before Martin could ask him a question, old Nico Rosberg comes along and says, "How do you feel about Christian Horner not being at Red Bull anymore?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know." And Nico Rosberg said, "So you're being quiet now?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm always quiet." It's like, "Oh,
Nico got him.
Nico got him good."
Nico got him good.
He
It's
got
like you were vocal about, Christian at Red Bull, and now he's gone. And then now you're being quiet.
yeah, 10 points to Gryffindor
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I don't always agree with Nico Rosberg, but that was good.
that was
Nico fucking got him.
how do the kids say it? That was choice.
Choice.
It was so choice.
He's choice, bro. Kiwi kids.
But that also leads to Racing Bull's team principal, Laurent Mickey's, being promoted to the Red Bull team principal.
Yep.
It was kind of strange not hearing Christian Horner's voice at the end of the race, but hearing an Italian voice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it wasn't running through a wah pedal because he looks like Kirk Hamlet from Metallica. Good old Kirk Omelette. So, yeah, good on Laurent Mickey's for...
Well, the hot rumour is that George Russell and Kimi Antonelli are going to re-sign at Mercedes,
Yeah,
and Red Bull are going to keep Max Verstappen.
yeah.
So through all of this, if it was a last-ditch effort to keep Max, it seems to have worked.
Yeah, well, it seemed like a little bit of backpedaling on Friday when Toto Wolff said, "Oh no, we intended to keep Kimi and George." Sure, you did, Toto. Of course you
I'd
will,
love
sweetheart.
to see how far along the Max Verstappen rumours got. I reckon they're a bit more advanced than we'll ever know.
I think there was a contract done up,
I reckon
and
there was
no
a
one-
contract on his desk.
and he didn't put pen to paper.
And he didn't put pen to paper because Red Bull were like, what do you want? What do you want? And then Yoss would have turned around and said, we want Christian gone.
Yeah,
Because why else would you sack him now? It's not performance.
it
It's
doesn't
not
make
like
any
the
sense.
car's not as good as it was, but you're still getting podiums. And
Here's the big question though: where to now for Christian Horner?
Cadillac, Audi.
Well, Cadillac's got Graham Lowndes as its team principal. He used to be the team principal at Marussia. It's not exactly a high bar to climb, so...
Didn't he say he wanted to buy a stake in Alpine?
There was a rumour that he wasn't buying a stake in Alpine. He wanted to buy the entire fucking team.
And just start his own team.
And rebrand it and...
Monster Energy Racing. The rival to Red Bull.
No. Rich Energy.
Yes.
Rich Energy Racing.
Fucking
Yes.
Mother Energy Racing.
With that
V.
idiot from Rich Energy in charge. Yes.
V Energy would be fucking cool as livery though, green and black. It'd look like the current Kick Saubers. It'd be awesome.
Coca-Cola Racing.
Monster Energy, just buy the Monster Energy branding off McLaren and just run a jet black. You look like buddy Cam Waters' Mustang. It looks sick. Jet black with the green Monster Energy logo on it. You look badass. I'm for it. Christian, are you listening?
I just had the worst idea. Schweppes Racing.
Schweppes Racing.
Got all the cans of Squoopies.
Schweppes.
Yeah,
It's not even a fucking word. Schweppes.
that's what happens when you fire up the car. It's Schweppes.
Every time it changes gear. It's the turbocharger. That's what it sounds like. It's like a can of lemonade being cracked.
Actually, you know what would be better? If it was Cerveza Cristal.
I just want to drink a can. You know what it tastes like? Cat piss, but you wouldn't care. You read the single greatest advertising campaign known to man.
When we went to Lasso on Friday night, I walked over with the beer, like it's Cerveza Cristal. And the people around us like, what the
What the
fuck are
fuck's this
these?
amazing Crystal? I was like, shut up.
Shut up, you're not involved.
If you know, you know.
Those three ladies behind us, they were getting
Oh,
blasted.
God.
Yeah, the
Good
gym-
on them. I mean, they were annoying, but I sort of understood.
Yeah, the two gymnast guys come out. They're just, they're
Yeah.
ripped as fuck.
Oh, shredded.
Shredded. Like,
cool,
they had abs on top of abs. And they're sitting there going, take your pants off too. Like, they're probably gay, you fucking idiots.
There was a lot of tension in their performance. Oh, hey, these dudes, what fuck?
That's not the only high wire they're used to using.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
At least we were compensated by the fire breather chick. She was cool as fuck.
And the singer chick.
She was hot.
Yeah. And the dancer chicks, they were hot too.
They're all hot.
Let's not talk about the guy in the bubble, though. Let's not talk about that.
The guy in the bubble, that was unexpected.
I kind of knew something was happening. And the guy I'm in the band with, Luke, I spoke to him the next day, and he's like, "Oh, I thought it was real." I'm like, "Dude, that was prosthetic." Yeah, that was a Dirk Diggler, all right.
That was a Dirk Diggler.
There was a Dirk Diggler. Oh, I thought it was real. Well, a few people told me it was real. No,
Man.
no, weedy guy with that cannon. No way.
Yeah, I've seen weirdy guys with cannons like that.
Yeah, but only in porn.
Whoa, well, he works out at site with me, actually. I don't think he's in porn part-time. I'll ask him.
Yeah, he got an OnlyFans.
He might have an OnlyFans.
Oh, right.
Oh, Jesus.
So, next news
This
item.
is what happens when the races suck. We have to
Pad the time.
we have to pad it out. Like a Goldberg match. Got to make it go 14 minutes. We got to have 6 commercial breaks.
And then cut off his
And then
retirement
cut off his
speech.
retirement speech.
To their credit, though, WWE did actually upload the speech.
Yeah, the whole speech is on YouTube, so I don't know why people are pissed.
Goldberg's pissed.
Oh,
It wasn't their call.
It was
NBC.
NBC's call because like the NASCAR was on or something. They were switching over to like the NASCAR or the IndyCar, I think.
Yeah, it might have been that.
It's like we can't keep it's Saturday night, man. Like the NASCAR's are.
We go from a guy who likes NASCAR to actual NASCAR.
Yeah.
All right, next news item is that Alan Permain has taken over from Laurent Mickey's as the team principal at Racing Bull.
Well, see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got some raps. I mean, you hear his name around the paddock. Held in high enough regard, so
Yeah, well, he's been around for a long time, so.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, he hasn't really RB hasn't really set the world on fire this year, so he hasn't got a high bar to maintain, I guess. Just get some lower end of the top 10 points when you can.
Yeah. Final news item is that in a recent interview, former Aston Martin team principal Otmar Zafnauer has said that he was working with a consortium to try and buy the Alpine F1 team.
Is Christian Horner part of that consortium?
No. He was still working at Red Bull when the interview was done.
A race between Otmar's consortium and Christian Horner to buy Alpine. You can tell Alpine's on the fucking brink when you've got people lining up to buy the thing. It's like, you're fucked and you know it, Flavio.
People are just prepared to buy it to get rid of Flavio. Just jog him on.
Fucking let me know where your GoFundMe is. I'll donate.
Yeah. I'll slip you a 50 for your Kickstarter.
I'll fucking shit in a package and you can put it on his desk. Much respect I have for that guy. Holy.
Yeah, but it's Otmar Zafnauer.
I hate him too. I might have to make 2 packages.
It's like in that same interview, Otmar
Bastard.
tried to make out that it was the the Alpine marketing team that had buggered up fucking Piastri's contract.
Yeah. Oh, he was trying to blame fucking Zach Brown for stealing Oscar at the start.
And now it's the Alpine marketing
And now he
team.
admits that you're a fuckhead and you're a lying cunt. And,
Yeah.
and now it was us that bungled it. After you went after Zach for that whole year for stealing Oscar.
Yeah, but
Because you didn't give him a fucking contract.
You didn't. You had a working memo. That was it. You didn't have a contract. You
wrote it
basically
down
had
on
a
a
contract on a
napkin.
fucking napkin. Like, that's not a legally binding contract. That's a bunch of bollocks. That's what it is.
Is that how it works at Alpine? You write all your shit down on fucking napkins.
It explains their car design.
Oh, yeah. The car design's a fucking baguette. Drives like a baguette.
Like a croissant.
Yeah.
The engine's a croissant.
Butter that thing up some more because it's not going anywhere.
And they got the little coffee in those little cups. Oh, yeah, that was my coffee. Oh, and they twirling a mustache.
It's fucking hilarious.
So, yeah. The man who bungled. Just thinking about it then, I'm just like, is Otmar going to, if he's going to buy Alpine with a consortium, are they going to do like a proper contract?
No, they're going to write it on a napkin. Write it on a napkin because that's the only contract that he fucking accepts, apparently.
Write it on toilet paper.
Write it on the, like, croissant bag. Because apparently that's the only way anything's legally binding in that factory.
Yeah, I honestly don't know who was worse, Otmar Zafnauer or Eric Boulier. Whoa, you know what? I think Otmar was worse.
Eric Boulier, he was sort of getting us back there when that first year we had the Renault engines back. But Zach Brown was just took us to another level.
Yeah, but here's where I think Eric Boulier gets a bit of a pass. He was team principal at Lotus.
Lotus were good when he was there.
Yeah. So that's why he's better than Otmar Zafnauer.
Yeah, like Roman Grosjean actually looked like a world beater for a little bit there. That's how good that Lotus was.
Yeah, well, it ended up in that that music video, the
Yeah.
Dangerous music video, where they had was David Guetta.
Yeah.
And he was driving against James Purefoy, but James Purefoy is driving an F2 car. And you're like, how is this even fair?
Shut up.
Hey, did you notice too, for the opening credits for the F1 race, they didn't use the F1 theme. They used Hans Zimmer's F1 movie theme.
I did. And it will never be spoken of again. I don't know why they didn't do that in, like, you know, Kota to promote the movie or whatever.
They haven't done Coda yet.
Well, I mean, what was the first race? Why didn't they do it at Silverstone? Like when the movie
Don't
launched.
ask complicated questions.
When the movie launched, that was probably the time to do the movie theme opening credits. It seemed like a really odd time to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the theme for the movie.
Yeah.
You don't. This is the sport.
Yeah.
The
You got to
sports
separate
theme.
the two.
Yeah.
Sonny Hayes doesn't drive in Formula One. They weren't actually cars.
There was a joke.
They were Formula 2 kit cars. Come on, calm down.
There was a few jokes online, like Sonny Hayes is replacing Christian Horner as team principal at Red Bull.
Ugh.
Sonny Hayes is driving for Red Bull next year. He's replacing Max Verstappen.
Sonny Hayes goes in. Well, at least he can have his own scandal. He goes and shags the engineer chick.
And then buggers off.
Yeah, and then fucks off back to Baja Rally.
He gets the car set up for combat.
Yeah. What does that mean?
It means we've set the car up so it could follow another car. Clearly, that's going against everyone else's logic.
What the fuck does that mean? Can we have arrow for corners as well as straights? Well, that's usually how arrow works. Don't know. Can we have it so when we turn the corner, it can turn the corner fast? Or can it only be for a straight line? It's not IndyCar. You can have both at once.
It's that,
You can actually have both at once.
it's that taco girl. Why not both?
And that's the basis of the whole movie.
Danny Trejo shows up.
Danny Trejo. What a legend.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's time now for the driver's standings. So, because we've had too much fun and merriment.
That's it. We've had too much sugar.
Too much sugar. Well, I had to make up for a boring race.
That's it. We had to do something here.
So, in 10th place is Esteban Ocon in 27 points. 9th place is Nico Hulkenberg with 37 points. 8th place is Alex Albon with 54 points. 7th place is Kimi Antonelli with 63 points. 6th place is Lewis Hamilton with 109 points. 5th place is Charles Leclerc with 139 points. 4th place is Mr. Smiley Pretty Boy Can't Race in the Goddamn Wet George Russell with 157 points. Whoops, did I put my opinion in there? Sorry. 3rd place is Max Verstappen with 185 points. 2nd place is Lando Norris with 250 points. And in 1st place is Oscar Piastri with 266 points. And the team standings. In 10th place, bottom of the pile, Alpine with 20 points.
Stay there. Fucking stay there.
You get what you get, Flavio.
You get what you fucking deserve.
In 9th place is Haas with 35 points. 8th place is Aston Martin with 36 points. 7th place is Racing Bulls with 41 points. 6th place is Kick Sauber with 43 points.
Can we just appreciate that Kick Sauber had 0 points like fucking 5 races ago?
Yeah.
And now they've got 43 points. They've just jumped the entire bottom of the field to just be in the midfield.
Well, can you appreciate that a few races ago, Alpine had no points?
Oh, yeah, I
They're
can.
still in 10th, but they didn't
Yeah, I
have
know,
any
but they're
points.
starting to catch Haas now. Pull your fingers out.
Yeah, but Haas is catching Aston Martin and Racing Bulls and Kick Sauber. In 5th place, Williams, 70 points.
They're cruising.
4th place, Red Bull Racing with 192 points. 3rd place is Mercedes with 220 points. 2nd place is Ferrari with 248 points. And look, I don't know. I could be wrong here, but I think they're going to win the Constructors. But McLaren have 516 points and are in 1st place.
I don't know how early we can call the Constructors, but it can't be far away.
Oh, look,
We've got double the amount of points as the Constructor behind us, just about.
God, you've got more points than
The bottom fucking...
the first two, the 2nd and 3rd teams combined.
Yeah, just about.
Sweet baby Jesus.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, I think you've got the Constructors. I could be wrong, but I think you've got the Constructors.
We'll have the drivers too. It's just a matter of which one.
And you know what else you'll have is the socials.
That's right.
That's right. So YouTube, the F1 Chat, care of Vindicator 18 channel, also on YouTube. The F1 Chat -1. Don't forget the -1. We're on Facebook, the F1 Chat. We're on X, the F1 Chat 1. Don't forget that 1. We're on Rumble, the F1 Chat, and we're on Spotify, the F1 Chat. So that was Spa. It was a nice little Spa. And now the next race is next weekend in Hungary. The place where if it rains, we get a half-decent race.
Well, you get a half-decent race at Spa too, but race directors are a pussy.
Jesus Christ, mate. Yes. But hopefully we don't have as much rain, but we have a consistent layer
I
of...
hope we have rain midway through the race so the director can't do shit about it.
Oh, no, I want a thin layer of rain at the start so we get a, 2021 start.
Or a 2020 start where everyone goes to the pit lane and Lewis Hamilton's sitting there by himself.
That was,
wet tires.
that was the restart for 2021.
Yeah, he's just like, oh.
Because they're like, it's lights out, and away Lewis goes, because everyone else is in the pit lane.
Lewis on his own for a lap, and he's sitting on the grid. He's just like, to his team, he's like, oh, we fucked up.
We made the wrong call, buddy.
Everyone's in there getting sleep. It's like me on F1 Manager. Oh, we fucked up. It's still raining.
All right, so that was our review on the Spa race.
Yeah.
And a lot of padding in there because, fuck, that was an experience, that race.
It's not often that Spa notes only take up one page, but it could have been the race of the century, but we'll never know.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in. We will be back possibly next week. Just depends on when we get to do the recording of it. This Friday is August the 1st, so please pop on your copy of Rush, like we do.
Yeah.
I will. I'm not sure about JB because you'll be at work.
I'll be at work. I'll have to watch it after.
But
Watch it
I'll,
on August 4th.
yeah. And yeah, we will do an episode hopefully next week, and then it's the mid-season break.
Yes.
So we get a break because we're
Yeah.
not doing a mid-season episode this year.
Oh, thank God.
You're such a joy. Actually, we might do a nice episode for Longhorn
Yeah, we can do whatever.
because you know he'll have his new one, his spare child.
His spare child to replace the current child.
The spare parts one.
Oh,
That's
God.
what I was. I was the spare parts one.
Spare parts child. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
Well, you're still kicking, so.
I know. Didn't get there in time. Anyway, fuck, that was morbid. Right, we're going to end the episode. Hungary this weekend. Rush this Friday night. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Until then, it is goodbye.